Hey y'all, how you doing today? Just wanted to mention that we did get the swarm of bees again, which will show a little bit of the video that Simber captured from that this morning.
So the saga continued this morning, huh?
Yes, it did.
Whoa. Yeah. So we were kind of getting ready, had just pretty much woken up, and all of a sudden we heard the bunny squealing again, and we knew the bees must have been back. Last night we caught the bees that were around the water bottle. Oh, looks like one already died. And I was thinking about releasing them somewhere this morning. Now I'm not sure what to do, because when we came outside after hearing her fuss, we saw that the bees were swarming around her cage again. And we're still not seeing a swarm. I think what's happening is there is something around that tree that they are very interested in, and she was just in that cage where they had the most interest. And I don't know if you can see, the picture quality isn't that great, I apologize. But they're just flying all around there. Yeah, it's really not picking them up very well. You can kind of see a few in the silhouette back there where the grass is above the blackberries. See a few of them flying. They seem very interested in the water bottle, which is interesting because the top of the cage where the board is, there's water on top. So I would think that would be a more easily accessible water source for them. But that one backside of that sweet gum tree has always interested bees because of the sap and propolis, but I don't know what their deal is with that cage. So we turned on the water hose and sprayed the bees, and then basically used that as our defense so we could move her into a different cage. And then we moved the rest of the rabbits that were under there, because even though we hadn't seen any of them get stung, by moving her, we didn't want to take the chance that they would have interest in one of the other rabbits. But again, when honeybees sting, they're sacrificing themselves, so it really doesn't make sense for them to want to be in attack mode. So I just don't know. But she's doing okay. I mean, she doesn't look good because her fur's all mottled from us spraying her down. But she's eating grass, so we'll just see what happens. We just hate that even though we moved those bees last night, that she still got stung again today.
Okay, be careful.
Say, poor bunny.
Say, poor bunny.
Can you say that? Poor bunny? Yeah. Say, I'm sorry for you. Hey, y'all. I don't know. It just bugs me that I can't figure out what's going on with those bees. Bugs me about the bees. Yeah, it's already been a long morning, and just the day just started. I don't know. I mean, even okay. So the theory we had last night about there being a swarm and the branch falling on the cage, you know, that was what we could figure was plausible. But when we looked last night, we didn't find any big branches. We found some small twigs, and you know, if a cluster of bees hung on that, then yeah, it would break. So it sort of made sense. But usually, whenever there's a real swarm of bees, they land on a heavier branch because, you know, those swarms of bees can be pretty heavy. But Justin, when he was telling me about what it was he saw, he was describing a very small swarm. So, I don't know, maybe these bees just were foraging, like I was saying earlier, for maybe the propolis or sap that's on that particular sweet gum tree, and then also for a water source. But that still doesn't explain why they get so aggressive. And I mean, it's possible they could be Africanized bees, and Africanized bees are more aggressive. And sometimes even when they don't have a hive nearby, or well, even when they're not trying to actively protect their hive. But I just don't understand why they chose to attack. And the problem is we haven't been able to see the issue before it happens. By the time we've been able to get out there to try to see what's going on, the rabbit has already been stung. The bees are already all in a frenzy. And so we can't assess what started the whole situation. Anyway, we're hoping that by having the rabbits out from under the tree, that'll keep them safe for a while, keep them out of the bees' way, and then maybe in a couple of days the bees will, find some other source for whatever it is they're looking for there. We shall see. We haven't had this problem in years past, and the rabbits have been under the trees for at least 2 summer seasons, so this would be the 3rd. And like I said, we've had bees at that tree, but never ones that have been in attack mode. Like, I've stood there and watched them gather the propolis and sap, and never had any of them sting me. I had a few times where I was like, whoa, because one would fly off and get near my head. And I don't like bees flying near my head because I've had 2 different bees get stuck in my hair, and that's the freakiest feeling, because they're getting agitated because they can't escape, and you're just like cringing because you don't want to get stung, but you hear them getting more agitated. Yeah, I don't like bees getting stuck in my hair. Not cool. I prefer to have a veil. But like I said, never had any of them sting me at that spot before. So I know I'm not going to have all the answers, but it just bugs me that I can't figure out what's going on with this particular situation. Because without knowing what's going on, I don't know how to prevent it, other than possibly removing the rabbits from under that tree. But I hate to have to do that, because that tree just makes a perfect microclimate for those rabbits in the summer, because it's shaded, it's cool, the leaves transpire, and so there's a little bit of moisture, and there's a good breeze usually that comes on that side of the house. It's just like perfect for the rabbits to withstand the Texas heat. Rarely do our rabbits even pant under there. Usually it's in the evening when the setting sun or the late evening sun is on them, but that isn't for long. So it's the ideal spot for the rabbits, minus these bees. So we'll see what happens and see if we have to change up our setup.
Just keep you informed on how she's doing, which she's okay. She was stung again this morning. Not as much as yesterday, but she still was stung. So I was able to give her some Benadryl, so that hopefully that will help with the swelling and some of the pain. And all we did was just put her in a syringe, got her wrapped up in a towel, kind of put her upside down so that I could easily put it in her mouth, and got it in there. And she's looking like she's doing okay. She's just not moving a ton. So as I said, we'll keep an eye on her. But right now I'm going to work on making that mixture of the ant spray that I was telling you about yesterday. Okay, so what the spray consists of is 1/4 of a cup of citrus oil, orange oil specifically if you can get that, and 1/4 of a cup of blackstrap molasses, and then you fill the rest of your 1 gallon sprayer with water. So obviously if you do a 2 gallon sprayer, you'll double that amount. So you just do your ratios the way you need to for whatever container you're using. I'm going to mix it in a 1 gallon sprayer that we got at Walmart for $5, so we'll see how this goes. filled it to my fill line, and now I'm going to put the screw that on. Okay. And I'm gonna shake it up a little bit just to make sure it mixes. I know when I put the water in it was mixing, but I just want to make sure it mixes really well. And now I'm gonna go see how it does on an ant pile. So I stomped on the ground to get them all to come up, and I sprayed the stuff on them, and some of them died. Some of them haven't, but it may take it a little while, so I'll check back in a little bit. So while I'm waiting on the ant spray, I'm going to go ahead and caulk the pipe together. It doesn't seem like that spray works very well on the ants, but again, I just need to try it a couple times and see if I'm doing it right or what. So maybe I didn't have enough ants up at the top before I sprayed. I don't know. Again, I'll have to just kind of look to see what I was doing, and if somebody suggests something different, trying that. So I hope you guys have a blessed day, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey Cloud Hoppers, thanks for watching the video. Push the thumbs up to like the video. Also hit that subscribe button, also the bell, so that you can get notifications when our videos come out.
Check us out on our social media pages too. We have Facebook and Pinterest, and soon we'll have Instagram. The links are below. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Good job.